what you were bringing up with Joey is a real good point, that a lot of people say, oh, I just want to sort of, they're kind of dabbling in the idea of improving themselves. And the real way to do it is you got to write down what the fuck you want and then go after it. Because otherwise you live in sort of a wishy-washy world. You know, if you decide I'm going to get down to bang, I'm going to do this, I'm going to run a marathon in less than 5 hours, I'm going to, you know, whatever the fuck it is, you got to write that shit down and go for it. What I tell people is the best advice that I've ever heard, the best advice I ever came up with, is that live your life like you're the hero in your movie. And right now is when the fucking movie starts and your life is a shitbag disaster, like every fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger movie where he wakes up and makes a blender full of pizza and ice cream, and that's what he, you know what I mean? Yeah. Those guys where they're like on the brink, they put the gun in their mouth and they put it down because they see a photo of their daughter. Pretend that's you. Pretend you are, right now, you're in the part of the movie that starts and it shows you as a fucking loser. And just decide not to be a loser anymore. Live your life like there's a documentary crew following you around and you are analyzing your own behavior. Do what you would want to do so that your kids one day would look back at it and see that documentary and look on it with pride. Like, wow, my dad was a bad motherfucker. He really did what he had to do. Wow, my mom really got her shit together. I love a success story, but even more than a success story, I like a dude who fucks his life up and then gets it back together again story. Those are my favorite stories. And the way to do that, you gotta write shit down.
The separation of talent and skill is one of the greatest misunderstood concepts for people who are trying to excel, who have dreams, that want to do things. Talent you have naturally. Skill is only developed by hours and hours and hours of beating on your craft. I've never really viewed myself as particularly talented. Where I excel is ridiculous, sickening work ethic. You know, while the other guy's sleeping, I'm working. While the other guy's eating, I'm working. There's no easy way around it. No matter how talented you are, your talent is going to fail you if you're not skilled. Mm-hmm. You know, if you don't study, if you don't work really hard and dedicate yourself to being better every single day, mm-hmm. you'll never be able to communicate with people, with your artistry, the way that you want. So the only thing that I see that is distinctly different about me is I'm not afraid to die on a treadmill. You might have more talent than me, you might be smarter than me, but if we get on the treadmill together, right, there's two things. You're getting off first, or I'm gonna die. It's really that simple.
Less and grind more. And we're gonna stay on the same thing, because I'm telling you, going to the next level is about the W, the O, the R, and the K, baby. It's about work. So this week, what I want you to do for me is I want you to work on your work. You heard what I said. I want you to work on your work. Here's the problem, all right? Some of you want an increase in pay. Some of you want a promotion. Some of you want to leave a legacy. So I got one word for you. If you want to do that, listen to me very closely. Upgrade. You heard what I said. Look, it's simple, bro. If you want to increase the zeros on your paycheck, if you want to get paid more, if you want to get paid more often, if you want to be able to do more, look, you want your character to grow. You want to be able to have opportunities and responsibilities at your job or just in life that you never had before. I'm telling you, the W, the O, the R, the K. I need you to upgrade your work. So I'm telling you, work on your work. Listen to me, work on your work. Here's the problem. Here's the problem. I'm gonna be real with you. Some of y'all want a promotion, right? Listen to me. You want a promotion, but listen to me close. I'm gonna tell you what you gotta do. So if you give me increased performance, hear me, increased performance is going to increase your pay. Increased performance is going to increase your response. Nobody's gonna give you more responsibility if you can't handle the responsibility that you have. So I'm telling you, increased performance. Look, from the first TGIM to now, look at what we're doing. We are increasing our performance. And can I hear you? We're not even getting paid to do it. But I understand that I gotta upgrade, that everything I do, that every day, every week, every month, every year, it's gotta get better. And so for some of you, you're going to work. I don't know if it's basketball, if it's soccer. I mean, I don't know what it is. It's sales. I'm not sure what you're doing. Law. I don't know. If you're education, I don't know what you're doing. But if you teach and you're the same teacher this year than you were last year, that's a problem. And so I need increased performance, because once you increase your performance, everything else increases. So here's the problem. You're going to work, but you're not working on your work. Listen to me, you're going to work. You're working every day. Some of you 9 hours, some of you 10 hours, some of you 12 hours. And you're like, E.T., why is there a glass ceiling? There's a glass ceiling because there's a glass ceiling on your performance. You're not getting any better. How you speak is no better. How you write is no better. How you play is no better. You're no better than what you were last year. You might have been real good last year, but you're not great. Or you might have been great and you're not phenomenal. So you're locked. Why? Because performance, you're not increasing your performance. What do I mean when I say work on your work? First, you gotta study your work. Are you hearing me? Like, you going to work every single day and you're not getting no better at it because you're not studying it. Like, literally, you got to study your own work. I don't know if you play football or basketball. If you were a teacher, look, if you were a teacher, get you a camera and put it in the room. Stop letting the principal study your work. Stop letting the assistant principal. Stop letting the administrator study your work. You should be studying your own work. You should be your own performance coach. You should be looking at what you do, how you do it, when you do it, why you do it. You should study your work. Number 2, listen to me. We're taking it to another level. I critique your work. All right, I'm talking about examine it, measure it. So what I want you to do is from day to day, from week to week, from month to month, from year to year, I want you to critique your work. ET is easy. I'm my greatest critic. I'm not relying on comments on YouTube. I'm not relying on the feedback of others. I'm trying to constantly not just look at my work. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Not just study it, but I'm trying to critique it. I'm trying to evaluate. I'm trying to measure it. Because there's no way you can get to another level if you can't measure it. You got to know where you are first to know where you're going. So I need you to critique your work. And the last one, I need you to reflect on your work. I need you just to step back from your own work sometime. Just step back from your work and reflect on it. Like, just really think about it, right? Think about how you do what you do. Think about all the moves. Like, really just step back and kind of just think. All right? So I need you to work on your work. Again, I want you to study it. Then I want you to critique it, right? Then I want you to reflect on your work. And I'm telling you, if you can do this, you're going to go to a whole other level.